Boxster S, 3.2 litre 6-cylinder, lots of power. It's got nice sticky semi-slick tyres, and I'm going to head for the track down at Pheasant Wood south of Goulburn and give it a go. Doesn't that engine sound really good? Next time, it's Eastern Creek and it's a nighttime sprint. Now it doesn't sound quite so good. There's something wrong with the engine. It doesn't want to rev. Oh dear, head back for the pits. I turn off the engine completely. The lights all come on, but there didn't seem to be any warning light before that. After going into the pits, I stop the engine, turn everything off, turn her on again and start, and everything's fine, no more warning lights. I think, oh, must have been some sort of strange glitch. I drove the car home, all sounded well. I took it for a service, but then came the bad news. They looked into the oil filter and found bits of metal. A bearing had started to break up inside the engine. Oh well, I decided I'd take the engine out and have a look. First of all, crawl underneath, and the gearbox has to come out. It's a lot of work getting the car up on jack stands, getting a little crane hoist, and lowering the engine down and back outside the car. Luckily, I have a couple of very helpful neighbours. There's Paul and there's Dean, and they don't mind getting their hands dirty. As I pull the engine apart, I take notes, I take lots of photos. I want to make sure I put this back in the right way when I do get it back together. Those are the camshafts, there's 4 of those, and that's the sump. You can see all the bits of metal and the dirty old oil at the bottom of the sump there. Now the pistons, and now the bottom of the engine, and we're getting there. Okay, down to the bottom of the engine, we find the guilty party. This is the bearing that's been breaking up. I take the parts to be checked, and the Porsche specialist gives me a horrendous quote for putting the engine back together, so I take a big decision. I think I'll do it myself. There's a lot of scrolling through engine diagrams. There's an awful lot of parts inside that Porsche engine. A lot of study of the workshop manuals as well as the videos. Yeah, you can see there's a lot of work there. I buy a DVD set from a guy called Jake Raby, who knows all there is to know about rebuilding Porsche engines. Then I start gathering all the spares I need to put the engine back together. I need bearings, I need piston rings, I need lots of gaskets, and I need some special tools to help put the whole thing back together again. The crankshaft has been checked and linished, the heads have been resurfaced, they've had new valve guides, and the cylinders have been replated, all ready for the new bits. I get some extra help with some of the dirty work in the garage, which is very, very welcome indeed. I invest in a borescope so I can look inside the engine and make sure the piston pin clips are in the right place, otherwise it could be disastrous. The parts keep coming together. I keep studying the manuals and studying the videos, and gradually the engine takes shape. Here it is, back together and very clean. It's ready to go back under the back of the car up into the engine bay. After that, there's the gearbox, and then we connect everything up. There's a mass of wires, a mass of hoses, all have to be checked before it can go back together properly. The big test. Oil, petrol, will it start? Hooray, it starts, and it didn't blow up. There's a few minor teething problems and a bit of an oil leak, but they're soon fixed, and after a running in period, I head back for the track. It's a very wet day at Eastern Creek, which is good because I can baby the engine. Nobody's going too fast in all that rain. Later in the day it starts to dry up and we can get a bit of speed up down the main straight. Racing again.